Hello and welcome to a new edition, new series podcast for Multilingua FC. My name is Daniel, your host. It's lovely to have you here on board wherever you are listening, whether it's on Spotify or other platforms. It's great to be here. It's great to be talking football. It's what we love. And remember, with Multilingua FC, it is where your passion speaks. This is Kicking Words. And what are we here for? We're here to preview the Euro 2024, which will be fantastic to see. Starting off Friday, this week for June into July, where the European continent gets together to showcase their major tournament for their, governing body, UEFA. It'll be a fantastic month of football, not to mention the Copa America, which will be played in the United States. Both CONCACAF and CONMEBOL teams, 16 teams to battle it out. We can't wait. There's never enough football. And we're going to preview for this episode the Euro 2024 to be staged in Germany. It will be fantastic with all the host cities and stadiums. So without further ado, let's go ahead and preview. Let's meet the 24 teams in action. So in Group A, we've got hosts Germany. Germany will play qualified teams Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland. We will go with the perhaps predictions and analyze which teams will get out of the groups later on in the show. So that is Germany, dear Mannschaft, the host nation. Well, they've won the tournament on previous occasions. Obviously need no introduction. European champions, World Cup champions. Germany host Scotland. They play the opening match on the 14th of June, Friday, against Scotland, followed by Hungary and Switzerland. In Group B, we've got For many in the media, fans, critics, Group B is the group of death. Spain, España, Croatia, Italy, the defending Euro champions, Euro 2020 defending champions, Italia, and, a more rather modest national team that has worked quite well in recent years, pulling above its weight, Albania. So once again, Group B, Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania. Over to Group C, and we have favourites, one of the tournament favourites, England. England in a group where they should be tipped as group winners. They will be facing Denmark, another more competitive side in the group. Group C, Serbia, another competitive side, and the more to say minnows, Slovenia. So Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia, and England in Group C. Group D, we've got World Cup finalists and recent World Cup winners in the previous tournament in Russia 2018, France. For many, the favourites to win the Euro title. This time round, France, led by manager Didier Deschamps, up against another very top team in Group D, the Netherlands, and also up against Poland and Austria. So a more evenly balanced group in Group D. Over to Group E, we've got Ukraine, Slovakia, Romania, and favourites Belgium. And over to the final group, which is Group F. The group favourites, no doubt, are Portugal, headed by, which should be the last Euro tournament for Cristiano Ronaldo. Remember, they are the Euro champions for 2016. Portugal in Group F with Czechia, formerly known as the Czech Republic. So Czechia, Portugal, Czechia, Georgia, who qualified to this major tournament, to the UEFA Euro 2024 for the first time ever in their football history. So congratulations and welcome to Georgia, and Turkey in Group F. So the 6 groups have been drawn, Group A through to Group F. They are the groups that commence on Friday, June the 14th, kicking off with hosts Germany up against Scotland. Stay with us. We will be previewing the favourite teams and players to watch. And just before we begin our segment on players to watch, which will be no doubt a fantastic tournament with world-class players who will be on show, and we will, as fans, we will be enjoying their football. These are the type of tournaments where new, younger stars pop up, and no doubt we will have to keep a close eye on them. But just before we go to our major team previews and players to watch, a quiz. So we've got 2 questions just for our listeners to see if we just want to test out your knowledge on the UEFA Euro. So our first of our 2 questions in our quiz for this episode, if you paid attention, which country is appearing, or which national team is appearing at the 2024 tournament for the very first time? So come up with your answer for our listeners, for you at home, whether you're in your car, at work, you're listening. Our answer for our question, which country, which national team is appearing at the 2024 Euro tournament for the very first time? So we're back after our first question in our quiz. Hope you are listening and you are aware of who is debuting for the first time in the UEFA Euro 2024. And please, and don't Google, try not to search the answer for you listeners. So we're previewing the Euro 2024 teams. Now let's check the squads, the player squads, and we will start with Germany, the hosts. Yeah, Deutschland. So we will look at Die Mannschaft, the German national team. What do they have in store for this tournament under manager Julian Nagelsmann? Okay, Germany with a fantastic experienced squad. Imagine having in goals Bayern Munich goalkeeper Manuel Neuer and FC Barcelona goalkeeper Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. So 2 fantastic goalkeepers in their squad, and they're headlined by defenders Joshua Kimmich, also of Bayern Munich, and a number of more younger defenders, Jonathan Tah, who featured in the Europa League final, Nico Schlotterbeck of Borussia Dortmund, who also played in the Champions League final in Borussia Dortmund's lost to Real Madrid, Robin Koch of Eintracht Frankfurt. So it's a new side, young names, David Raum of RB Leipzig, And of course, as I mentioned, Kimmich, very experienced, paired up with Antonio Rudiger, who had a fantastic Champions League campaign with Real Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti. In midfield, Ilkay Gundogan of Barcelona is a fantastic experienced midfield and will be paired up with the recently announced retiree Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos has had a stellar uh, career and will say Auf Wiedersehen. He'll be saying goodbye with the German national team after this tournament. Younger stars to keep an eye on, definitely from Bayern Munich, Jamal Musiala and Leroy Sané. The pair for Bayern Munich will definitely be featuring and will be standing out, expected to stand out in this tournament, so definitely keep an eye on them. And up front, Niklas Füllkrug, who featured for Borussia Dortmund, mind you, in the UEFA Champions League. Kai Havertz in the English Premier League for Arsenal. Thomas Müller, who needs no introduction, and upcoming strikers in the squad, Maximilian Bayer and Dennis Undav. So an interesting side for Germany as hosts. Plenty of pressure on the hosts to get a great result in this tournament. Now let's look at Scotland. The Scottish will once again appear in a major tournament. Great news for them, for the Tartan Army, of course. A big array of support. So keep an eye on the Tartan Army in the stands. A lot of fans will be travelling away. Their headline, no doubt, with a number of players who will be looking to perform for the national team. Anthony Ralston in defence for Celtic, Andrew Robertson for Liverpool, who features for Liverpool, Grant Hanley for Norwich City in defence, and Kieran Tierney, who plays in La Liga in Spain for Real Sociedad. So there's a couple of good names there: Ralston, Robertson, Hanley, and Tierney. In midfield, Stuart Armstrong, who features for Southampton, who gained promotion from the Championship into next season's English Premier League. James Forrest at Celtic as well. Scott McTominay, no doubt the biggest name in the Scottish national side, who features for Manchester United. And up front, Lawrence Shankland for Hearts, and Ryan Christie, of course, in the Premier League, who features for Bournemouth. For Hungary, keep an eye on them. I mean, I can definitely stand out their legendary goalkeeper with the grey pants, but this time it'll be for Leipzig goalkeeper Peter Gulach, who will feature in this tournament, and no doubt for their defence, it's Milos Kerkez, who features for Bournemouth in the English Premier League, as well as Willy Orban for RB Leipzig and Attila Jalai for Freiburg. So it's a rather young team. Keep an eye on Hungary. They may surprise. They're spearheaded in midfield by, no doubt, exciting Liverpool winger Dominik Szoboszlai. And up front, more local-based players, but no doubt one standout is Roland Salai of Freiburg in the German Bundesliga. And finally, for Switzerland in Group A, definitely keep an eye on the fantastic goalkeeper for Inter Milan, Jan Sommer. At the back, Ricardo Rodriguez, who is playing for Torino. On the left-hand side, Leonidas Sturgiu of Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. And obviously Manchester City centre-back Manuel Akanji. Definitely players to watch for Switzerland in midfield. Two very standout players for Augsburg in the German Bundesliga, Ruben Vargas, Remo Freuler for Bologna, who features in the Serie A, and no doubt the most experienced pair of Granit Xhaka and Bayer Leverkusen, who excelled exceptionally this season under Xavi Alonso, and Chicago Fire in the MLS midfielder Xherdan Shaqiri. So definitely a team to keep an eye on. They may surprise. That's Switzerland for you, with up front Noah Okafor of AC Milan rounding out Group A. Over to Group B, no doubt Spain, one of the tournament favourites, headline Group B with coach Luis de la Fuente, a likeable manager, Basque manager who won the Spanish Liga as a fullback with Bilbao, Athletic Club Bilbao. But de la Fuente has a winning habit, and it's a very strong side. They should lead and win the Group B, with rivals defending champions Italy and Croatia. Croatia, who won the UEFA Nations League last summer. But a key player, no doubt, for Spain is Rodri. Rodri is possibly the best player in the world right now, definitely in the English Premier League. Naturally gifted, competitive, very technical, very skillful and athletic. He's at peak age, used to winning trophies at Manchester City. He's inspirational and definitely one to watch. Lamine Yamal at Barcelona. He's huge fun to watch, whether you support Spain or not. Mercurial talent. He's played over 50 times for both club and country for his short age. He turns actually 17 on the day of the Euro final next month in July. And he's got 6 caps for Spain, 2 goals and 2 assists. He's left-footed. He's a fantastic player, and he should light up the tournament alongside Pedri. So Spain definitely a team to watch up front. Joselu, experienced Alvaro Morata, Jesus Navas. It's a fantastic side. Ferran Torres. So keep an eye on favourites Spain. For Croatia, Croatia looks to be also, obviously, as I just mentioned, Nations League champions, defending Nations League champions under coach Zlatko Dalic. One to watch is defender Joško Vardiol, who quickly blossomed as the continent's top defenders, known for his ability, solid defensive ability at centre back, also at left back under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. He's also very intelligent and smart tactically, and his physical advantage and prowess definitely a key player. He's only 22 years of age and pivotal to Croatia's campaign for Dalic, and no doubt in midfield and creativity to look at Modric, who needs no introduction as well. The midfielder remains essential for Croatia's success, and his ability to control the pace of the game and his vision, his charisma, his passion, his leadership, his vision, his passing game not only underlines his talent but also his status as undoubtedly Croatia's greatest player and captain. Another player to look out for Croatia up front would be Bruno Petkovic of Dinamo Zagreb and experienced Ivan Perisic. So definitely a team to watch under Zlatko Dalic. Croatia have qualified for 7 out of 8 Euro final tournaments as an independent nation, and have proceeded to the knockout stage in 4 of their 6 Euro appearances to date. So keep an eye on Croatia. Defending champions Italy under now Luciano Spalletti, a team to keep an eye on. Regardless of their low performances, subpar performances, Italy are the defending champions. Yes, it is a young side, but Spalletti took over from Roberto Mancini in August, and he's wasted little time. Obviously, Spalletti doing fantastic last season, taking Napoli to the Scudetto title. But his playing philosophy now at Italy should pay dividends. Again, it is a very young side. It's not the same side that won the Euro 2020 in England at Wembley, defeating England in the final. Spalletti will need to rebuild the national team with a new generation of players, and no doubt headlined by goalkeeper Donnarumma. So that should be fantastic to see. And also in midfield, Niccolò Barella, who's a key member of the midfield, who also won the trophy in 2021 for the Euro 2020, but now as a 27-year-old and with Inter playing the Champions League final last season and winning the Scudetto this season with Inter. I think Nicolo Barella, with his creativity, his technique, his experience, speed, his energy, and his leadership, he's a valuable and key player in several regards for Italy, for the Azzurri. A key player to watch will be defender Alessandro Buongiorno. Buongiorno, I think, and for many, is a natural successor, and it's never easy to replace key players and legendary players such as Leonardo Bonucci and Giorgio Chiellini. But Italy are starting to begin to marshal and blossom with younger players and starting to discover their new, so to speak, marshals in defence. Italy very well known for its defensive football. The Torino captain made his debut in the Nations League last year in June. As a matter of fact, Alessandro Buongiorno, with his second cap in November of last year in a crucial 0-0 draw with Ukraine to qualify for these finals. So a rock solid and elegant defender. Keep an eye on Alessandro Buongiorno. And for the next side in Group B, Albania. Albania, obviously, a new era under manager Silvinho. If you remember Silvinho, one of the most exciting wing backs for Brazil. With his background, I think Silvinho has taken already Albania to a record second successive major tournament, qualifying for the Euro 2024. They were winners of Group E to qualify. The top scorers were Nedim Bayrami and Yasir Hassani. So good players there. Keep an eye. I recommend Ernest Mucci. Mucci inspires, I guess, given his skill set and his fantastic performances in Turkey for Besiktas. He's a forward to watch. Very fast, a good knack for goals, very dynamic in the box. So keep an eye on Ernest Mucci's got a knack for scoring in decisive moments in front of goal. Could prove a key performer for Albania. A key player, no doubt, for Albania, I would say, is centre-back Berat Jimshiti, who plays for Atalanta. Obviously, Atalanta won the Europa League. Keep an eye on him. And midfielder, Inter Milan midfielder Christian Aslani as well for Albania. Over to Group C. In Group C, favourites are England, but no doubt let's start in Group C with Slovenia. Coach Matjaž Kek is excited for a second Euro tournament. Slovenia obviously stormed in world football by qualifying for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. And Matjaž Kek was the manager for Slovenia in South Africa 2010, and the former centre-back obviously coming back for his second stint in the national team, promoting Slovenia into the Nations League C before overseeing a successful qualifying campaign and qualifying for Euro 2024 in Germany. Their key player, he needs no introduction, is captain Jan Oblak, one of perhaps the finest goalkeepers in the world, who's made over 300 appearances for Atletico Madrid under Diego Simeone and boasts considerable experience in the Champions League. The Octopus, Jan Oblak, now at 31. Expect a busy tournament from him, and he should be pivotal for Slovenia's matches, Slovenia's performances. One to watch is forward for RB Leipzig, Benjamin Šeško, who was not even born in Slovenia during their last appearance in Euro 2000. They reached the group stage, but Šeško scored the winning penalty against Kazakhstan, his 10th for his country. It secured Slovenia they booked their ticket to these finals in Germany. Next up, Serbia in Group C under manager Dragan Stojkovic, who also needs no introduction. Pixie, one of the legends in the game, and for the former Yugoslavia and Serbia Montenegro, Dragan Stojkovic will be in charge, one of the best midfielders in the history of the game. Took charge of Serbia in 2021 on his 56th birthday, so fantastic. He's taken Serbia to the 2022 World Cup that was held in Qatar, and now the Euro 2024. Key player to watch, Aleksandar Mitrovic, who's had a great season in Saudi Arabia with Al Hilal. Keep an eye on him. A powerful striker, very speedy, quick, sort of a national hero for Serbia. His ability to score, good in the air, persistence, determination, good presence up front. Keep an eye on Aleksandar Mitrovic, and also the supporters for Serbia, who will be singing Mitro's on fire. La 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 la. One to watch will be Strahinja Pavlovic, 23-year-old defender who performed brilliantly for RB Salzburg in the Champions League, made his debut for Serbia in 2020. He's impressive, over 30 appearances, impressive in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. He may even perform better this time around in Germany. So that's a preview for Serbia. And over to England, for many favourites. England, especially with a lot of pressure from the media back home and fans, you should expect a good tournament under manager Gareth Southgate. Remember, Southgate was a hugely popular figure as a centre-back for the Three Lions, who, well, unfortunately failed a key penalty in the semi-finals of the Euros in 1996 when England was host against Germany. But this time round, Gareth Southgate has led England to a World Cup quarter-final and a World Cup semi-final, a Euro final, obviously the last edition losing to Italy. One to watch, Cole Palmer, who's been sensational for Chelsea, attacking midfielder in the English Premier League, provides fantastic passing and the supply of goals, creativity, and no doubt their key player for Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga is Harry Kane. The country's all-time leading goal scorer has enjoyed a fantastic first season, as mentioned, with Bayern Munich, and he should be able to transfer those goals and assists, and he's in fine form. Remember, the tournament is played in Germany, so he needs no travelling. He knows the grounds in Germany, so he should find no difficulty in adapting when representing his national team. He's lethal up front in goals, incredible vision, strong link-up play with the midfielders and the wingers. No doubt one of the finest strikers in the game today. So that's England in Group C. Over to Group D. So in Group D, we've got the Netherlands, obviously one of the game's favourites. A huge national team, the Netherlands, paired up with favourites France. The Netherlands, under coach Ronald Koeman, they've had a rather stuttering, rather bumpy start in charge of the national team, but the Netherlands, remember, they were a winner back in 1988. They won the Euro in 88. Look a lot more stronger, particularly in midfield. Top scorers for them, Wout Weghorst and Cody Gakpo. But definitely a player to watch for the Netherlands is Jeremy Frimpong, who's featured not much for the Netherlands, and he's been particularly knocking the door for Koeman, asking for more opportunities. to play for the Oranje. So one of the most productive defenders in the top 5 leagues in Europe, in the Bundesliga. He's had a fantastic season. He's assisted in 18 goals for Xabi Alonso's side for Bayern Leverkusen. Keep an eye on Jeremy Frimpong. Key player, no doubt, for Atletico Madrid. Memphis Depay, even though he's had a run of injuries in recent seasons, he's only 6 goals short of Robin van Persie's all-time record of 50. So 44 goals to his name. Depay averages a goal every 2 matches for the Netherlands. So keep an eye on the Dutch. Over to France, the favourites, Le Bleu, under coach Didier Deschamps. Remember, they won the World Cup in Russia in 2018. They lost the World Cup in Qatar against Argentina. One to watch, I would pick 17-year-old Warren Zaïre-Emery, youngest player to appear for France and to score since 1914. So I think he's very exciting, very fast, tactically very mature, great passer of the ball in midfield. I think France is, on paper, the strongest team in this Euro. And the key player, no doubt, is recent Real Madrid signing Kylian Mbappe, who wants, at 25 years of age, there's not much left for him to achieve in the game, yet the Euro is definitely one tournament he would like, as an objective, he would like to win. He's mighty fast, powerful, destructive, skillful, and fearless in front of goals. Mbappe is definitely the key player up front for France. We are still in Group D, now this time with Austria under Ralf Rangnick. Remember Rangnick, one of the key managers of gegenpressing at his time at Manchester United, moved across to coach Austria, and he's left a fantastic side. One to watch is Nicolas Seewald, praised by Rangnick for his performances in Austria. For Leipzig, he's been fantastic. He's had a knee injury, but the 23-year-old, I think he will be one player to watch, definitely in front of goal. One of the more exciting young names to come out of Austria. Austria is one side that many would regard as one of the more mid-range national teams, and one player who does definitely stand out is David Alaba of Real Madrid, but he's had a devastating knee injury, ACL injury, which means he makes way for Marcel Sabitzer, another key defender. Sabitzer was fantastic for Borussia Dortmund in their campaign leading up to the UEFA Champions League final that was played in London at Wembley. So definitely a team to watch for Austria in Group D. Austria also, with plenty of midfield players, Konrad Laimer of Bayern Munich and Christoph Baumgartner, also in the Bundesliga with RB Leipzig. Still on Group D with France, the Netherlands, Austria, is Poland. We cannot forget of Poland. We've got Robert Lewandowski. Who doesn't know who Lewandowski is? His goals for Borussia Dortmund, his goals at Bayern Munich, and now at Barcelona. Key player, he's the captain, he's the Polish international with the most appearances, most caps, all-time leading scorer. Lewandowski is Poland's key man, talisman. No doubt one of the best strikers in world football this past 10-15 years. Lewandowski will play his 4th Euro finals following his spells, as mentioned, with Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, now almost scoring for fun at Barcelona. And a young player to watch for Poland under Michal Probierz is Jakub Petrovski, fantastic player, 26 years old, defensive midfielder, not only for Ludo Goretz in the UEFA Conference League. If you watched him, he's got a powerful long-range shot, scores from long range, fantastic player in his passing game, fantastic player. And also keep an eye on Fenerbahce winger Sebastian Szymanski, another fantastic player for Poland. So that's it for Poland as well. No doubt, experienced goalkeeper Chesney. So no doubt, 4 key players for Poland, and that's it for Group D. Over to Group E. So in Group E, we've got Ukraine. Ukraine headed by a fantastic former forward, one of the best ever in the game for Ukraine and in European football. But just quickly, if I ask everybody, for you listeners out there, who do you think of when you think of Ukraine? You think of Andrei Shevchenko. Well, his partner up front in the 1990s, Shevchenko's partner was Serhiy Rebrov, and Rebrov is now the manager of Ukraine. He started his coaching journey in 2014 with Dynamo Kiev, one of the giants in Ukrainian football. A key player to watch is Volodymyr Brashko. I think he's one of the youngsters who has huge potential, fantastic, with the ball. Also, Mikhailo Mudryk. If you don't know, you haven't seen Mudryk play in the Premier League for Chelsea up front. But Brashko in midfield is fantastic. Keep an eye on him. No doubt, another player for Ukraine to keep an eye on is Ilya Zabani. Zabani is a central defender for Girona. Girona, who have done fantastic in Spain in La Liga. And that leaves way for forward Artem Dovbyk. Dovbyk, who's been scoring, a goal-scoring machine, no doubt, who has had a fantastic season at Girona in La Liga last season. So definitely a very competitive side, low-key, low-profile. Also goalkeeper Andriy Lunin, who did extremely well for Real Madrid to get to the Champions League final. Obviously, you may know that goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois came back from injury and featured in the finals. It's a fantastic side for Ukraine. Next up in the group, Slovakia. But just before we go and continue with our previews, our quiz. Which country is competing in the Euro 2024 for the first time? And that the answer, if you were listening, the answer is Georgia. They are competing for the first time. So Slovakia now under Francesco Calzona, replacing Pavel Hapal. He took the reins in 2022 and they've not looked back since, Calzona guiding Slovakia to victories in their remaining games and qualify against in the same group as Portugal. So surprising many, Slovakia have qualified in Group E. One player to watch is Leo Sauer. At just 17, the winger Sauer is a fantastic winger and very exciting, who plays in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands for Feyenoord. He became the youngest ever player this year in March to play for Slovakia, one of the most promising players from Eastern Europe and Central and Eastern Europe. So he's naturally a big tournament player. He performed brilliantly last year in the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Argentina. He's the nation's youngest player. Keep an eye on Leo Sauer. Key player, no doubt, is defender Milan Skriniar, who needs no introduction. He returned for Paris Saint-Germain, for PSG, and has recovered from his ankle injury. Expect big things, and he's taken the captaincy for the side for Slovakia following the retirement of legend Marek Hamšík. So this will be Slovakia's first Euro finals. Second, mind you. The first was in Euro 2016. So this will be another second opportunity, big chance for Slovakia to perform on the big stage. Next up is one of the favourites, Belgium, no doubt. Belgium leading in the group. for Group E, they make their debut against Slovakia in Frankfurt on June 17th under Italian manager Domenico Tedesco. One to watch is Johan Bakayoko, 21-year-old, one of the best dribblers in the game in Europe. He's been playing fantastic for PSV Eindhoven. One player who has big shoes to fill, definitely, with the pressure and the big name of Eden Hazard, retiring. But Tedesco's done very, very well replacing Roberto Martinez, who left to manage Portugal. And one key player for Belgium, well, there's many, but one that no doubt deserves a mention is Kevin De Bruyne, who's blessed with extraordinary passing precision, his extraordinary goal-scoring ability, long-range shots, his vision. He's a creative maestro for Manchester City, who've dominated the Premier League under Guardiola. But Kevin De Bruyne, who's represented Belgium. He's one of the top 10 goal scorers for his country. He's represented his country at 5 major tournaments, including the last 2 Euros. Expect big things from Kevin De Bruyne, and up front Romelu Lukaku as well. So Belgium, definitely one of the favourites to go all the way and win. Final team in Group E is Romania. Romania make their debut against Ukraine in Munich, the 17th of June as well. Keep an eye on Radu Dragujin. Dragujin is one of the more exciting young players who signed for Tottenham in the Premier League under Ange Postecoglou in January in the mid-season transfer window. Dragujin is 22 years old. Big figure, physically strong, very technical on the ball. He's the new, talent coming in from Romania. Definitely keep an eye on him. And 31-year-old captain Nicolae Stanju, considered the leader and the captain. There's a reason why he's a captain for Romania. Hugely popular with fans, hugely popular with his teammates. He should lead Romania through, and who knows, perhaps even surprise in Group E. So that's Group E. Remember, Romania, Ukraine, favourites Belgium and Slovakia. So stay with us, not long to go, as we finish up and we preview Group F. Group F, Portugal, Czechia, Georgia and Turkey. So let's preview Portugal under manager Roberto Martinez. The replacement of Fernando Santos has made an impressive start with Portugal. Portugal is, blessed and pretty much full of talent, spoilt for choice, as the saying goes. Key player Bruno Fernandes, of course, in midfield. His partnership will be with Bernardo Silva, something to watch. The Manchester United creative midfielder has registered 6 goals and 8 assists in qualifying for Portugal, so he's definitely been key for As Guinness to qualify for Euro. No doubt, Cristiano Ronaldo is also, no doubt, one of the select few legends of the game. This will be his 6th Euro finals appearance. 39 years old, still performing. Fantastic. One to watch is 19-year-old wonder kid, the latest wonder kid for Portugal, João Neves. Teenager just took 2 days to earn the respect in the dressing room under Martinez. The scoring. He's only 19, remember. Complete midfielder. He presses, dictates space, passes the ball. 19 years old and displaying immense maturity. So Asquinas, or Portugal, better said, definitely also one of the favourites, not only to top the group, but also to go all the way and win the tournament. Up front, Diego Jota of Liverpool, Rafael Leao, AC Milan, Gonzalo Ramos of PSG. It's a star-studded lineup. star-studded squad. In defense, Joao Cancelo. In goals, Rui Patricio of Roma, Diogo Dalot of Man United, Ruben Diaz of Manchester City. It's a fantastic squad. It's a fantastic squad. Nelson Semedo on the right. And as mentioned in midfield, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, João Palhinha as well of Fulham, and also another Manchester City midfielder, Mateus Nunes, and Vitinha, who has played exceptionally well in the UEFA Champions League for PSG. So keep an eye on Portugal. Now, we're still on Group F. Next up, Czechia, under Ivan Hasek, manager. Key player, no doubt, is Patrick Schick. He can score with his left, score with his right. His goal in the Euro 2020 was voted goal of the tournament against Scotland, and his fantastic season. Schick was fantastic with Xavi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. Keep an eye on Czechia. Want to watch 23-year-old midfielder Pavel Schulz, who's been fantastic. Definitely keep an eye on Schulz. Did you know that Czechia, or formerly Czech Republic, have won all 3 of their penalty shootouts in the Euros that they've been involved in, and they've converted all 20 penalties taken in those shootouts. They have not failed in any of their penalties. So something perhaps to keep in consideration if Czechia go into, in this tournament, go to the penalty shootouts. Nothing to worry about there. And our final 2 teams, debutant Georgia under Willy Sagnol, the Frenchman, if you remember him in defence. Their key player is no doubt Napoli star Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia is a role model for the country. He's the biggest star. First time that they've qualified. Remember, they got past Greece in the penalty shootout in the playoff, beating Luxembourg and Greece to qualify. He's no doubt, the best player. On the left, he's got freedom to run, to roam, to dribble, score. He's fantastic to watch. And another youngster as well, Georgia's Mikhail Tatse, alongside goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili, who plays for Valencia in Spain. The creative midfielder as well, Georgi Chakedvatse of Watford, but I think Mikhail Tatse is one to watch. Brilliant in defending, getting the ball back in possession. His passing game, brilliant. So it's a young side, inexperienced, exciting. Will probably find it difficult to adapt, but no doubt a fantastic experience for Georgia in their first major tournament as a national team. And to wrap up our preview, remember our quiz for today. The answer was Georgia, who have qualified for the first time as an independent country and will play in a major tournament for the Euro 2024. Our final side in Group F is Turkey, or Türkiye, under manager Italian Vincenzo Montella. He was named coach with 3 qualifying matches still to play. He led Turkey to the finals with a victory over Latvia, a draw against Wales, and a victory over Croatia nonetheless. So fantastic there. Turkey, a side who perhaps has not performed as expected in big major tournaments. They exited the group stage in Euro 2020. If you remember, Turkey played their debut in Rome at the Stadio Olimpico against Italy in the opening match of the tournament in 2020. Their best campaign was under legendary manager Fatih Terim, reaching the semi-finals in 2008. One to watch, no doubt, will be youngster Arda Güler, a young fantastic player coming out of the youth academy at Fenerbahce, who joined Real Madrid for the 2023-24 season. He should, if he's given the chance, given minutes on the field, he should become one of the most exciting players in this Euro 2024. His impeccable vision for goal, he has a knack for scoring long range, his creativity, his dribbling. Keep an eye on Arda Güler, and key player, free kick specialist for Inter Milan, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, no doubt, no doubt. It was a shame to see him bow out for Inter Milan in the Champions League, but last season, 2022-23, reached the and won. Reached the Champions League final, losing to Manchester City. Çalhanoğlu is definitely a key player. He's got a key role for Turkey. Strong link-up play. He's got his leadership, fighting demeanour, and as I said, a free kick specialist. So keep an eye on Hakan Çalhanoğlu under Vincenzo Montella. That's Turkey, or now Turkey. And up front, I would also say keep an eye on Kerem Aktürkoğlu, Irfan Can Kahveci, Cenk Tosun, one of the more experienced players for the squad, and Barış Alper Yilmaz as well, who did score in a friendly in the lead up to the tournament against Poland in 2-1 loss. Keep an eye on him as well. So that's all we have time for. Thank you for listening here on whichever platform you are, mainly on Spotify and Apple Music. My name's Daniel. Thank you for tuning in. This is Multilingua FC, kicking words. Remember, Multilingua FC, your best platform for learning English, where your passion speaks. And remember, we will preview the Copa America next up in episode 2, but that's bye for now. Month of football, crazy month of football, international football. That's UEFA Euro 2024. It's bye for now.